Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. I'm afraid we have another team killing video for you. In fact, this one is multiple team killers in this game. We're looking at this moment at zoeballz in her Object 261, the tier 10 Russian SPG. And yeah, I'm afraid there's going to be some team kills. You can see the STB is said effing retards in Arty. There's a lot of going on in chat. But if you watch out, because the STB is going to be a team killer, the T92 is going to do team damage, the Object 277 is going to do team damage, and straight off we've seen damage by the Object 260, and Zoe has been killed by the Object 277. So yeah, and there's a lot of it going on in chat. If you check chat, you can see a huge amount of discussion. So right off the bat, we've lost Zoe in the Object 261. They're now down one of their Arty. They do have another Arty, a T92 HMC and a GWE100. But I'm afraid the T92 HMC is also going to get team killed. He hasn't been team killed yet. And the T92 is going to do team damage as well. Yep, he's just hit the STB for 159 hit points there. Or is that the GWE 100? Difficult to tell because there's a lot of team damage going on. We'll see this later on during the battle results. Well, I think you can tell this game is going to be a loss. The GWE 100 has just killed an AMX 13105 and the T92 has just suffered damage from, I think that was the STB 1. And the STB 1 has just killed the T92 and he's turned blue. And still blue on blue work going on. The STB himself is probably going to be on the receiving end of more shots. Now he's turned blue. And this team is now 2 tanks down. And one of their tanks, the Death Star, hasn't even left the spawn point yet. So I don't think he's actually come into the game. Well, he's going to find a bit of a shock when he does and finds out that two of his team have actually got -1. The STB-1 and the Object 277. The STB-1 killing the T92 and the Object 277 killing Zoe in the Object 261. So a lot of object on object battle. And yeah, well, the STB is now actually firing at the enemy, but I think he's got his own Arty firing at him as well. So he's got 2 sets of Arty after him because he team killed. And that's not really surprising, to be honest. If you act the idiot and you team kill your Arty, you can expect to be on the receiving end of shells from both sides. I don't give this STB much longer left for this game. Even though he's got 2 marks of excellence, he really should know better. Well, the Object 277 has come up against some opposition in the south, but I doubt he's going to get much support from the Arty because after all, he killed one of them. And the STB-1's found the T100 LT, but he's backing away because he doesn't want to go up against that 100mm gun, that very flat tank. Even though the STB-1 has been buffed and has got better gun depression now, it's still vulnerable and he's taking fire, that STB-1. Zoe's scrolling through the tanks to see who's who. And yeah, the Object 277 is moving forward in the south, but he's about to come up against an Object 268 and a Death Star. And we can see the STB-1 on our side has actually been hit by the enemy Arty because he's stunned. Now, the Object 260, he also did team damage during that game, or during this game. 271 now. He's been hit by Arty as well. Twice. Not sure which Arty. Could be both sides. And the STB1, well, the Object 260 is out the game, so he's gone. The STB1 is still taking fire, and I don't think he's going to last very much longer. No, he's out. He's gone. So this is going to be a humongous defeat. There's 6 tanks down, and I don't think there's any chance they're going to get this back. The Object 277 is the only one that's managed to make it into the south. And he stopped because, of course, the Death Star and that Object 268, and of course he can't go any further. Now, yep, the enemy are now approaching our cap, and unfortunately, there's nothing they can do about it. I believe their Death Star is still on the spawn point, not having moved. And he's receiving fire and has almost lost all his hit points. Oh, it looks like the Death Star might have woken up. Yep, he is actually moving. Bit late, but there are only 4 tanks down now, but there's still very little chance of winning this. Remember, the enemy still has all of their Arty. Unfortunately, they only have 1 Arty left on our team, and that's the GWE-100. He just killed the Super Conqueror. Unfortunately, the chat is still continuing, the fruity chat, and there's just general blame being thrown around in all directions. Well, only 3 tanks left now. Won't last very long. They've lost all their Arty. The Object 277 just killed the T100 LT, but yeah, I don't think he has any chance. I think we could leave the wreck of the 260 and we'll travel over to the other side of the map and see what's actually going on. Only the Object 277 left. And he's up against that 268. And the enemy 277's turned up. And he's gone. That was rather inevitable. So, game over. Lots of team killing. Two team kills, both Arty. T92 HMC and Zoe in the Object 261. Here's the end of battle results, and we can see that if we look at the details, the Object 277, he's one of the team killers. He killed Zoe right at the start of the game. Only did 100 hit points of damage. I think that's because the 260 had already damaged Zoe right at the start. He also did team damage of 410 hit points. So the Object 277 killed Zoe, and then the other team killer was the STB. Now, he killed the T92 HMC after he did some team damage as well. And so these are the two Arty killers, the STB1 and the Object 277. Okay, and the Object 260 obviously takes some blame as well because he did some team damage. So, if you see Object 277 Turbo the Animal, he's an Arty team killer. And the other Arty team killer is this one, which is 8 UR4 Ertz, whatever that means. Or is it, well, Bertz? Difficult to know. Or Buraz? Difficult to know that name, but anyway, he is an Arty team killer as well. If you see him anywhere, then you feel free to fire as much HE as him as you like, so he knows that if you attack Arty killers, all Arty will know who you are and they will take revenge on you. And that will make your games absolutely miserable because you'll be constantly hit by Arty, unable to play, and you'll learn your lesson the hard way. So, thanks for watching.